Hello, this is Kyle Battis from New Hampshire Strategic Marketing. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Maine SEO company. Okay, so if you're looking for an SEO company in Maine, these are some of the things that you should be looking to understand, right? Before you make a decision on who to hire. Okay, there's a lot of marketing people out there. I've seen it all. Okay. I've been doing this for 13 plus years as an agency. We did it for our own businesses that we built and sold prior to this. We've hired people, seen some bad stuff. I've heard horror stories from clients being in the trenches in here, seen firsthand what some people call SEO. That's not really great. So if you want to get found on Google, which you should, okay, and even more importantly, there's newer implications in the AI visibility world that I'm going to touch on in here too. That's directly connected to your search engine optimization. And how you show up at Google can help you improve how you show up on those AI platforms like Grok and Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc. Right? Having good foundational SEO can help improve some of that stuff. Okay. So if you want to be found on Google, you should watch this video. Let's dive in and go from here. All right, so moving on and getting into the meat of this thing here. So why SEO matters? It should matter to you. Search engine optimization, and basically it means, in a nutshell, helping Google understand who you are, what you do, and geographically where you do it, right? So you need to help Google understand that. And when Google understands that to a greater degree, they're more likely to show you on the front page, to have you pop up in either, the organic section, like the website listings, potentially even in the maps pack, in the where you see the little star ratings and the reviews next to your business. Okay. You want to be one of the 3 businesses that shows up in there. But here's why SEO matters. The challenge is your customers are searching online first, right? And if you're not there, then they're not going to choose you, right? Like if you're invisible online, just building a website isn't enough. You've got to make it visible. You got to show up. There's 153,000 businesses that compete for attention just in Maine alone, right? You've got to show up for the right people that have search intent. When customers search for your services, you want to be showing up for plumber near me, roofing company in Portland, best contractor in Bangor. The risk is only a few businesses actually appear at the top. And if you're not visible, your competitors are getting the calls instead of you. Okay. There's only so many spots on the front page of Google. And if you want one of those coveted spots, you got to be doing the requisite activities and have the underlying frameworks built into your website and online presence so that Google is more likely to show you to the people that it matters to, that are actively searching. And I'll touch on that real quick. Showing up on the front page when and where somebody's searching, they're in the market for you right then and there. Like if I'm going to Google and I'm looking for a roofing company, I'm doing that for a reason. Probably because I need a new roof and I'm in the market right now. So there's, if you can show up on the front page in front of those people when and where they're at their highest need and they have their highest search intent, those are some of the best leads that you could possibly get. And we've helped clients scale from one-man shows to multi-million-dollar businesses purely by helping them improve how they show up in Google. And that is creating a flow of leads that consistently turn into high ticket jobs for their business, right? And help them grow to multi-million-dollar businesses. One of our clients, started his business essentially 2 years ago. First year did okay. Second year he did, 2.5 million. This year's already on track to do north of 4.5 million. And the only thing that we've done is just double down on his visibility in Google. So if you want to be getting more leads and customers, you got to be improving that. So as I mentioned earlier, the Google Map is a map pack. Okay, some people call this the Google 3-pack. Typically, you do a search like plumber near me, roofer near me, restaurants in Portland, Maine, right? There's going to be a handful of places that will show up, like 3, in particular. It's the Google Maps 3-pack that'll show up right on the homepage, all right, or on the front page of that search. why Google Maps Maps rankings matter for local businesses. Most local customers are looking for immediate solutions near them. Okay, and just looking at customer behavior, most local customers search on mobile devices. Like 80% of traffic we typically are seeing nowadays, they're clicking on the Maps pack results first. They trust businesses with a lot of reviews, okay, and a good star rating. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to have enough reviews and have a high enough star rating for people to want to click on yours. And the bottom line is the only 3 businesses appear in the Maps pack. You might have a potential 4th one that's a paid spot. But when you rank better, you're going to get more calls. You're going to get more leads. You're going to get more customers. You're going to have more visibility. It's going to turn into leads and customers for you. So SEO is more than just keywords, right? Google is built on keywords and them understanding keywords. But real SEO is a complete system. Successful SEO requires a holistic approach across multiple disciplines. And it looks at your Google business profile and how visible and optimized is that profile. It's looking at your website and the on-page structure and making it clear to Google who you are, what you do for services, and geographically what towns and cities you do it in, or what your service area is, right? Having good technical SEO, having under the hood good technical SEO, like how the website is built matters, right? It can look shiny and new from the outside, just like you see a car, drive, like me and my fiance, we go to Portland, Maine all the time. We love hanging out down there. We love going to the restaurants. It's just a nice area to be in, walking on the promenade, all that kind of stuff. But if, let's say we see a car, like let's say we're going on promenade, I get a good lobster roll and we hit one of the food trucks down on the promenade and we walk up on the hill where you can see all the people hanging out. You can look out onto the ocean and see the boats out there, but you can also see the parking lot, and I can see people coming and going in that parking lot, and I may see a vehicle in that parking lot that looks like a great vehicle. It's got a nice paint job on it, it's got fancy rims, but if I go down and look under the hood of that car and there's no engine in that thing's not going anywhere. It's not going to move from the promenade. It's going to be stuck there. Okay. Website can be the same. You can build a website that looks good, but if it has poor technical SEO, poor content on it, it's not going to get you to where you want to go. Okay. You got to think about SEO the same way, right? You got to have good content strategy. You got to have good review generation, right? You should be consistently asking happy customers and customers to leave reviews on your profile. And that shouldn't just be a one-off thing. It should be a consistent, ongoing, never-ending, thing. I've tried to drill this into all my clients' heads to create systems and processes for getting reviews and make it a consistent, ongoing effort. It's free. It takes work. You got to do it. But building reviews can be one of the most impactful things that can positively impact your search engine optimization. Some data and reports show that about 30% of the your ranking potential in the Maps pack is directly attributed to reviews. And even some of the AI visibility, showing up in ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc. They're looking at the reviews and seeing what people say if you're a trustworthy business or not. All right. If you don't have any reviews, and unfortunately, I run into business owners all the time that have been in business for a long time. They've just never built the habit of asking for reviews. And they have 3 reviews on their page. One of them's good and 2 of them are bad. And I know they do good work, but they just have never built the system to ask for the reviews. So they don't get any, except from the people that actually proactively want to go say something about the business, which is few and far between. All right. So if you really want to improve your rankings, you've got to be working on getting reviews. You should be building links back to your website, creating a bigger online footprint so Google trusts your website, right? And there's a lot of nuances to that. And you've got to be mobile optimized, right? We don't even build a website in this day and age without thinking mobile first. We're thinking of like, hey, how does somebody show up on one of these devices first? How does the website look on that device first before we're even considering how it looks on a tablet or a big PC, or a big monitor, like a big Mac monitor, like I'm looking at here. But everything works together. So SEO should be a complete system. So if you're talking to an SEO company and they're focusing on only one aspect of this, they're probably leaving some pieces on the table. Okay. So you got to be focusing on everything here. All right. Let's talk about how your website is the foundation. Your website should work like a salesperson. A high performing website should build trust instantly, answer customer questions, generate leads 24/7, load fast on mobile devices. It should help Google understand your business. A slow or outdated website can hurt your rankings and negatively impact your SEO. And as I talked about, technical SEO matters. Google has to be able to crawl over your website. Quick story for you. One time we were approached by a potential client, and they're wondering, like, hey, we've got this great website, but we don't get any leads or customers from it. Why is that? And they had us do an audit on their stuff. And one of the first things we figured out within like 5 minutes of looking at their website is that whoever built their website checked a little box in the back office that said, hide our website from the search engines. And that one mistake, they did a great job building the website, frankly. Okay. But that one mistake hid their website from Google. They basically told Google, nope, 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 stop. Don't look at our website. Don't look over here, Google. Oh, and Google's like, okay, we won't. And guess what? Like, Google didn't rank them at all, even though they had a good website, but because they had messed up this one little thing, they were never found, right? We fixed that, obviously, pretty quickly for them, and they ended up hiring us. We took over the website, optimized, improved it, and they're killing it in business now. But your website, from a technical standpoint, needs to load quickly. It needs to be optimized for mobile. You need to have proper sitemaps that Google can crawl and read over, right? You got to have good structured data and schema on the pages of your website, which is really important for AI visibility in this day and age. You got to have good core web vitals and like good speed. Website speed matters, right? You got to fix the broken pages, the errors that pop up. So good SEO involves looking at that kind of activity, right? And you got to think about like how your ideal customers search, right? Like, I love Maine. I love going to Maine all the time. I've been going up to Maine ever since I was a kid. The people in Maine, you got local cities and local service areas, and the seasonality of a Maine business is really critical. Like, like we used to go to Old Orchard Beach all the time when I was a kid, and Old Orchard Beach in the prime summer months is a very different place than it is in the fall, than it is in the winter, right? A lot of people do near me searches, and you gotta have Maine specific keywords that people are searching for. So somebody needs to understand the area and how your consumers are actually interacting with your business so that they can optimize it the right way. All right. You've got to optimize the Google business profile. Your profile is often the first impression a potential customer has about your business, if they even see it. So you've got to increase your visibility by doing the right things, which we can talk to you about. The profile should improve trust before they even visit your website, before they know much of anything else about you. The profile has to be a good first impression. It should generate calls if you've done that properly. It should improve your rankings in the maps back, and it should be a way that you can get more reviews. Your Google business profile can generate leads daily for you if you set it up the right way and you continue to optimize it the right way. Having the right content strategy can help build authority. SEO content builds trust and rankings. Good SEO content delivers multiple business benefits, including answering customer questions ahead of time, targeting buyer intent, improving Google rankings, building credibility. And if you do all that right, it's going to increase the traffic to your website and increase the leads and the customers coming your way. SEO results should be measurable. Rankings alone don't matter. What really matters are outcomes that drive your business results. Phone calls, form submission, qualified leads, revenue growth, ROI. And this is something I want to just kind of get on my soapbox about. I've had clients approach us that are working with a SEO company, and the SEO company is showing them, look at this chart. Look at how much traffic you're getting. Look at all the impressions you're getting and the clicks you're getting. But you can't put clicks in the bank. You can't put impressions in the bank. You can put checks that your customers have actually paid you in the bank. And how do you get those? You get more leads and actual customers from your online activities. That's what you should be measuring, okay? And on that point, I've seen SEO companies that talk about how much traffic they're getting a client. For example, I'm thinking of a tree service company. We did an audit on his website, and the current SEO company had done a blog post. And they were talking about how much traffic that blog post generated. And when you look at the blog post, it ranked this tree service company for a keyword, best small chainsaw. So he ranked for that keyword. He ranked very well for that keyword. And guess what? He didn't just rank in Maine, he ranked nationally for that keyword. But ask, and the SEO company was showing like how much traffic he was generating because he ranked for this keyword. Guess how many leads he got from that? 0. Guess how many customers he got from that? 0. Okay, because why would somebody search for a keyword, best small chainsaw? Probably because they want to buy a chainsaw. They're not looking to hire a tree service company. They're looking to buy a chainsaw. And the SEO company saw an opportunity to create a piece of content that ranked well for that keyword. And it generates a bunch of traffic to this blog post that they wrote. But none of that turns into customers. Bad strategy, bad execution. Okay, a great content piece if you want to sell chainsaws, but terrible keyword to choose if you're an actual tree service company that's trying to rank for tree service company near me, or tree removal near me, tree removal Portland, Maine, tree removal Bangor, Maine, right? You got to have the right strategy in place, the right content, the right pieces of the puzzle, so you're attracting the right people. You put out the wrong bait, you're going to attract the wrong animal. Okay, this SEO company put out the wrong bait, and they were attracting the wrong animals that never turning into customers. Okay, and they were resting their hat on, look how much traffic we got you. The wrong kind of traffic. Okay, and they ultimately got fired, and they hired us instead to do the right thing. Okay, so you got to think about that kind of stuff. All right. So moving on. We work in a lot of different industries. Okay. We work with contractors, home services, medical practices, legal services, retail businesses, fitness and wellness centers. We work with all kinds of different businesses, right? And if you do SEO the right way, we can help all of those types of businesses. So, what happens without SEO? Your competitors are taking your traffic. Your website stays invisible. Your competitors dominate Google. Leads become inconsistent. Advertising costs rise. Growth becomes harder, right? So those are all reasons why you should really be focusing on improving your SEO today on a continuing ongoing basis, right? So if you got some value from this, you're open to having a conversation, I invite you to visit, nhstrategicmarketing.com. Go to our website, book a meeting with yours truly. We can chat, take a look at what we see with your website as it stands, your Google business profile, your online presence at a whole, run some reports, actually show you where you stack up, how you rank currently. And if we see opportunities we can help you, we can talk about potential next steps, right? We work with all kinds of different businesses at all stages of growth, from one-person shows that are startups to established multi-billion-dollar businesses in very weird technical industries, home service industries, of course. But we work with all kinds of different businesses. So if you're open to chatting, happy to have that meeting. Just go to our website, book a meeting with me, and we'll talk. All right, have a great day. Hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, etc., and share it potentially with another business owner that might get some value from this. Have a great day. Take care.